Before we go further with text in terms of words that we place on the screen, let's talk a little bit about selection. Now, selection is a pretty easy thing to get into, and it's not much different than other programs. There are a few tricks that we can use, though, and you can even apply these in Microsoft Word. There's not that much difference. We know mostly that selection is a very important technique because we have to use it to change things. The computer can't read our minds, and if we want to get rid of something or if we want to, say, change something, we have to select it. The easiest thing to remember, of course, is that if you click your mouse anywhere within the document, it puts an insertion point there. Like any other program, Mac or Windows, if I double-click, I can select a word. Of course, I can always click and drag to select words. So let's say we want to select environmental standards. And if we go to the left of the E in environmental and we begin dragging, we would have to make sure that we stop here so that we don't get any more of the letters in another word. However, if you double-click and then hold, so click, click, hold on that second click. If you drag now, you're selecting one word at a time. So you start with a double-click that can help you out. If you triple-click, 1, 2, 3, you select an entire paragraph. But unlike some other programs, even like Microsoft Word, if you continue that clicking, you will select more and more and more. That's all you get in Dreamweaver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter. You're going to get a paragraph at a time if you triple click. Now let's say we want to remove something. Look down here on this sentence. Provides print, non-print, and electronic resources covering a broad variety of topics related to work, school, and personal life. We don't want the words covering a broad variety of topics, but I want you to select those words without using your mouse. No mouse. We are going to use the arrow keys. Now, if you use the arrow keys, you move. As you can see, my cursor is moving down. I want you to click the down arrow key until your cursor is in the sentence, provides print, non-print electronic resources covering blah, blah, blah. Move your left and right arrow keys until you're in front of covering. Now, notice I'm going one letter at a time, and that ain't no fun. What I want you to do is, as you're using your left and right arrow keys, I want you to hold down the control key. And if you do, you will move one word at a time, and that's going to make life a whole lot easier or faster for you. So we get in front of the word covering, and now we need to select. Reach over, hold the control key down and the shift key, and when you do, you will select one word at a time and the space after the word. Once you've got covering a broad variety of topics selected, press the get rid of text key, the delete key. Okay, so we've got that done. We never used our mouse to get there. If I use my up and down arrow keys, I'm going to move up or down one line at a time. However, if I hold down the shift key while I'm going up or down, I will begin selecting. But notice it's selecting based on the position of my cursor originally in front of the word related. And I keep going up and it does that. That's all right. Let's go back down again. All right, we're there again. Hold down the control key and the shift key, and you will select lines at a time, paragraphs at a time. As you can see, it'll do the whole paragraph. So if you want to get there a little bit faster and you're not using the mouse, the control key with the shift key will help you out. Now there's one other thing I want to show you here. If we move this out a little bit from the edge, if I come over here, we're back to the mouse again. If I come over here with my cursor, eventually you're going to see a white arrow. That might be hard to get to if your text is really close to the edge, because if we go off this way, we're kind of on the desktop. So if I come over here, look for the white arrow. If you click your mouse, you will select that entire line, and as you move down, you will continue to select one line at a time. I've found in my own journey through selection, where I find myself actually working with the mouse most of the time, I find that the more I get comfortable using things such as the arrow keys with the control key and the shift key, etc., it does make things go actually a little bit faster. And it gives me a choice on how I do things, which I think is important. Not everybody is comfortable using a mouse, and this is another way to do it. If you have a full-size keyboard, you may have a couple of other keys on there, and they're called the home key and the end key and the page up key and the page down key. So if I come over here again and click somewhere, and I press the page up key, you will notice pressing the page up or page down keys moves me visually to the top or bottom of the document. If I come over here and say click right about there, and so I'm in front of the word environmental standards, if I come over here and hold down the shift key, and press the End key, you will notice that the computer will select from the insertion point all the way to the end of the line, not the paragraph, the line. If I press the Home key, it would go the other way. So if you have a full-size keyboard, you have those keys on there. Page up and down will move you visibly to the top and bottom of the document. But the Home and End keys work with the Shift key to allow you to select an entire line from where you insert to the end. Different ways to select.